Hello everyone, welcome to another reading vlog. It is the start of April 2023. Okay, we've changed location because my neighbour locked eyes with me as I did the intro to the vlog, so we're here and we're starting. Welcome to April. There is no good place to film these vlogs in somebody else's house, and yes, this is my wife's wardrobe next to me. It's fine. This is fine. So, April is here. We've got a couple things on in the first week of April. It's Easter next weekend for anyone who celebrates. We're not really doing anything for it. Rachel's best friend is coming up from New South Wales and we're going to spend some time with her. She's driving up and then driving back on the Monday, I think, so that weekend will largely be hanging out with her, and I'm hoping to get some reading in. My work shift changes this week, so I'm hoping to get some reading in the AM and also some writing done and start that habit up, but I'll give you updates on that if it happens. But let's jump into the books that I think I'm going to be getting through in the first week or so of April. So I do have a carryover from March, and that is Shadowfane by Jenny Wirtz. Remember when I said that I was going to do vlogs at the beginning of the month so you didn't have to think, listen to all the books that I was scrambling to catch in? Well, joke's on you. It is April the 1st, so I guess April Fool's, I don't know. But I am reading Shadowfane to finish up the Cycle of Fire by Jenny Wirtz. I'm hoping that'll be done tomorrow, but we do have a busy weekend this weekend with going to Rachel's parents and doing some pre-Easter celebrations with Rachel's family. I don't know how much reading is going to get done. The next thing that I will be reading in this vlog, I don't think I'll finish it, is the audiobook, and that is The Iron Crown by L.L. McRae. I'm about 100 pages in and a couple of hours into the audiobook. I am so enchanted by L.L. McRae's writing style. I've absolutely adored the first 100 pages that I've listened to so far, to the point where I've wanted to come and read chapters physically and then go back to the audio just to consume it quicker, but I won't. I will refrain and I'll finish that one on audio. But I am a slow audiobook reader, so I very much doubt that'll be done in the first week of April, but that is the audio. I am tossing up whether to go on to Seeds of War by João F. Silva, as I've got an arc and the review needs to be out by the 1st of May, or to start Dead House Gates by Stephen Erickson and then just read this fairly slowly throughout the month. But I tried to do that with Gardens of the Moon and I ended up just being completely captivated by it and reading it throughout. You know, it consumed my reading life for about 5 days after that. So I haven't quite decided. Other things that you might see, I have had the Forbidden Realms by H.C. Newell sort of calling to me. I'm not a mood reader, I'm not. It's just been on a TBR for a little while now, and I want to get the author on the channel in an author interview, so I do want to read that second book, and the cover is gorgeous. I think book 3 is coming out this year, so I would also like to read that, so that may be on the card. So probably either the Forbidden Realms, Seeds of War, or Dead House Gates is what you'll see mainly in this vlog. But that is the first clip. This afternoon we're going to Rachel's family to give Easter presents to the little ones, and then we'll take Ari to a play date for Puppy over there, and then we're spending the night at Rachel's parents. So I will probably catch you tomorrow. Look at how happy she is, eating her peanut butter treat. G'day team, it is Sunday the 2nd. Rachel and I got back from her parents' house this morning and I fell asleep. So it's now close to 1:30 and I've got to go to a lunch. Rachel and I are going to this bottomless margaritas and tacos thing with a friend of ours, mutual friend that we had at work, but neither of us work with her anymore. So we're going to go and do that this afternoon. I think that's going to be it for the rest of the day, to be completely honest. It feels like one of those weekends where it's just had so much on and we've not been home, that we're going to come home and crash for a couple of hours, maybe get some grocery shopping done. I don't know, at the end of this event thing, but it should be good. It should be fun. We spent some time with Ari, took her out of this environment here because here she's got 2 other dogs. They're quite young. She doesn't get a whole lot of solo time, so we took her to Rachel's parents, her grandma we call her, and she's just a spoiled only child when she goes to that house. Essentially, we don't have kids, so Ari's our kid. Yeah, and she got treated. We did some Easter celebrations over there. I didn't show the kids because they're not my kids. I don't want to put them on any form of social media, unless they are able to give me permission and know what that permission means. So I probably won't put the kids, like my nieces and nephews, on here ever, just because, consent and little BBs don't need to be on the internet. But yeah, they're very cute. And Eva liked her chocolate. She shoved one straight in her mouth. That's my 2-year-old niece. But in terms of reading, honestly, not a whole lot's been done this weekend. I did start flicking through The Forbidden Realms, so that's my book I guess I've picked for the vlog by H.C. Newell last night, and I got 10% of the way through. I was trying to watch football with my father-in-law. I have no idea, absolutely none, about what is going on. All I know is there's a lot of big bulky dudes in little booty shorts, and that's entertaining for a little while, but I did get bored. So I picked up a book and started The Forbidden Realms. I really enjoy H.C. Newell's writing. It's very fast-paced, it's action-heavy, the emotion is there straight away. The world is so big because we're always traveling to different places, and we're following 2 separate POVs. But I'm only 10% of the way through and having a good time so far, but it's a bit too early to tell. And I just passed the halfway mark of Stormwarden, so I'm not rushing through Stormwarden. Jenny Wirtz's writing takes me a little while personally to read, so I don't want to rush it and miss things. So I'll do those two sort of side by side. Stormwarden's only 320 pages, so I assume that'll be done this week. And I also think that I will finish The Forbidden Realms during this reading vlog. We have Easter coming up. I'm working it, but because I work quite late, I'll have time in the mornings to read, hopefully. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go and have some late lunch. Are you actually stuck? Okay, just got back from the gym. It's Monday. I just found my mother's dog trapped in a pumpkin vine, so that clip is going to roll next. So this weekend it's Indie April. So Indie April sales have started, like all the ebook sales. Sorry, there's a lot of crap in the background. Dogs are going nuts because I just got home. I bought 20 books over the indie sale. So Epic Indie is having one. Spiffbo is having one on ML Wong's website. And also Tessa has launched this huge indie sale for the first 3 days of April. So it's now April 4th. I believe they're all sort of finishing up today. Buddy, he's playing with himself underneath the thing. 20 books. So let me know if you want like an ebook haul, because I don't buy a whole lot of physical books nowadays. It is mainly ebooks, but if you want that haul, let me know. I just remembered that I've run out of YouTube shorts as well, so I need to film one today. Hello, Freddy. Freddy? What are you doing? Such a knobhead. In terms of reading yesterday, I didn't get a whole lot more done. I think I read about 60 pages of Stormwarden and another 3 chapters or so of The Forbidden Realms. I'm hoping to get another 50 or so of Stormwarden and finish that one up either today or tomorrow. There's 100 pages left for me, so if I get a lot of reading time today, great. If I don't, I'll finish it tomorrow and just sort of do The Forbidden Realms during the workday. So on breaks, it's easy for me just to carry my phone around and read an ebook, even at home sometimes, depending on how much time I get, because sometimes I just do not get time to take a break. So if I get 5 minutes, I'll whip out the ebook and I'll just flip through a couple of pages. I am enjoying both. I don't think I'm enjoying the 3rd book of the Cycle of Fire as much as I have the first 2. There's a couple of reasons for that, which I'll probably go into more once the book is finished. So just to see if it maybe pans out in a way that I'm not expecting. But for now, I'm going to write a review. I feel like I've not written a review in a long time for the Empire's Bladesman to go out on Epic Indie. So yes, that is my morning. That is Monday morning. It's 8:30, so I start late now. This morning I started at 10:30, so I've still got 2 hours. So I'm going to write this review and maybe get 50 pages in. We'll see how that goes and have some breakfast, and that'll be my day. I probably won't check in with you again today. Probably get a check-in tomorrow. Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I think I got to bed at 2:30 last night. Stop licking my leg, Fred. Why? Must you? So, I didn't sleep very much last night. Now, normally when I can't sleep, I'll pick up my audiobook because listening to the audiobook will generally make me fall asleep. Not in this case. I was so invested in what was happening that I listened to 45 minutes. Normally it takes me 3.5 minutes of listening to my audiobook late at night to be like, okay, in this case, I listened to 45 minutes and I had to stop. I had to turn the audiobook off because I am really loving my time with the Iron Crown, potentially a 5-star. I mean, I'm 200 pages in of a 500-page book, so just over a third of the way through. I don't know what to say. I think L.L. McRae is an author for me. It's so clear how much she has grown as an author from Marauder, which I also liked, and The World of Lunaria. Sorry, Fred's got ADD in a dog, and he just doesn't stop. Yeah, like, I'm so blown away. I love the world building. I love the unique take on dragons. I'm having such a good time with it. I'm hoping to maybe get another 100 pages in this vlog. I do work in the office on Wednesday, so there's at least an hour of listening time. If I walk the dogs, another half an hour. Yeah, I'm only walking Basil at the moment because Dad's retraining his body to do exercise again, so he's taking the 2 calmer ones and I'm taking the naughty one. Anyway, yesterday was an awesome day of reading, not only because I couldn't sleep, but I finished Shadowfane as well from Jenny Wirtz. The last 100 pages read fairly quickly. That was where I was up to yesterday, but as I was saying in the last clip, I think it was, the dog hair on the end, I didn't like this one as much as the first 2. Now, the reasons for that is I felt like we had a lot of build-up for the Cycle of Fire itself, which was, you know, building up through book 1 and book 2, and the whole process was very short and we didn't get to see a whole lot of it. And then also Melgarim, or there's a character that changes into Melgarim as we progress through the books, and he becomes evil. He gets undertaken by the Sethids or the Thanes, magic users, demons. He basically gets corrupted and taken for their own usage, and that will deteriorate his body. And I felt like that was also very quick for how much build-up we had over the first 2 books, but I enjoyed it. Also, a lot more sci-fi elements happened in the 3rd book, in my opinion, unless I completely missed that in the first 2. Like, there were some sci-fi elements, but I think there was just a lot, and it took a little bit for my brain in book 3. But I finished it, Cycle of Fire. I'm a couple of days late, but I finished it. And also, I got to 25% of The Forbidden Realms by H.C. Newell. Also really enjoying it. Fast-paced, action-heavy, character-focused. H.C. Newell has a way of getting me invested in the main characters, and I'm quite interested in their stories. But there's a lot of people that we talk to, a lot of towns that we go through, and the footnotes on the ebook are definitely helping with that by putting it all into perspective. But I also, I know she's so good at guiding me as a reader to when I should be caring about something and when it's not so important for my brain to hold on to. And I think that's quite a unique skill. But yeah, having a good time. Awesome reading day yesterday. Hope you're all having a wonderful week, and I'll probably catch you tomorrow. I'm meant to be going to a movie tonight at 9:30 p.m. I'm normally in bed by 9:30 p.m, except for the random bouts of insomnia. Insomnia, that's the word. Good braining. I'm going to go edit a video for Thursday. Bye. Check out those bags under my eyes. The lighting in here sucks, sorry. It is Wednesday. I, in my old ass wisdom, decided to go to a movie at 9:30 last night. Got home at 1:45 in the morning. I have a work meeting this morning. I'm running on 2 days of 4 hours sleep, so nothing a black coffee and a Krispy Kreme can't fix, right? Anyway, today, so I saw John Wick 4. Initial thoughts: entertaining, visually really cool. All of them have been visually quite cool. I didn't like this one as much as the last 3. I felt like the fight scenes were overly choreographed, and it didn't feel as natural as the first 3 movies did. Maybe I'm just thinking of them in a higher light, and I don't know. Anyway, a couple of them felt like really long for what they were, and yeah, they've always been kind of cool and long-winded, and but yeah, they just felt overly choreographed in my opinion, and Bill Skarsgård's French accent was just something else. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick walk this morning. All the dogs have been walked, so I don't need to walk them, but there's a little library that I think I showed you the first vlog I did in this house, and I've got some books that I want to unhaul. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the books that I want to unhaul, and I'm going to go put them in the little library this morning before going off to work, because I need to wake up. So walking is a good way to do that for me. Alright, so the first 2 I'm getting rid of are these 2 Jeffrey Archer books. I think I just need to come to the fact that Jeffrey Archer was a one-hit wonder for me, and I really liked Cain and Abel. I will reread Cain and Abel, but I have no interest in these other two. And then I've got Witches Steeped in Gold by Sian Smart. This is a book that I picked up on a whim, and I just haven't read it. I think it's YA. I just have no interest in reading it ever since I picked it up, and I bought it to this house thinking that maybe I would give it a go, and I just haven't, and every time I look at it I'm like, no. So there's a little community library down the road that might benefit from that. And the last one is Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. This was a pickup from, I think, Elliot Brooks's channel. I got excited about it, but again, YA, and it's not grabbing my attention, and there's other books for me to read that I want to read, so maybe somebody else can get some use out of that one. So I'm going to go drop those off this morning. Parents are gone for 4 days. That was my elbow cracking. Welcome to Thursday. It is Thursday the 6th, so we've probably got 2 more days of this vlog happening. My parents have gone away for the Easter long weekend. I have to work on the public holidays, Saturday and Sunday. I work in customs now, so we're a 24/7 business. Public holidays aren't really a thing unless I, apply to take them off. But I haven't because I'm poor, and public holiday pay is awesome. So my partner, my girlfriend, my wife, she's been my wife for nearly 2 years now. My wife's best friend, who is buying and building the house we're going to be living in Perth, is driving up from Newcastle for the weekend, so she'll be here tomorrow. I don't think we've got anything planned tomorrow because she'll be doing a 10-hour drive, so probably just some dinner and drinks and stuff. But this weekend we're going to go see a movie, so I'm going to see 2 movies in a week. I haven't seen a movie in 12 months. The last thing I went and saw in the cinema was Dune, whenever that was out. So we're going to go see The Pope's Exorcist on Saturday. I'll give you my thoughts on that, and that'll probably be the last clip. There's a lot of sounds happening right now. I just filmed a video in this format where I'm talking to a camera here and there's something on the screen to look at. So I'm hoping that comes out alright. You'll have to let me know when that video comes out later in the month. Maybe it's later this week or next week. I don't know. It'll come out at some point. Reading updates, I got to 56% of the Forbidden Realms, having a good time with it. I just want to mention quickly one thing that H.C. Newell has done throughout this book, and that is calling herself out as an author, which is such an interesting thing to see. So what I mean by that is there were questions that I had as I was going through the book where, well, that seemed convenient, and then in the next page, one of the characters would be like, why have you turned up now? This is oddly convenient timing for you to be here. And then having it explained to us through character dialogue why that person has turned up at the time they've turned up and why they were there to further the plot at that point. And I just thought that was really interesting. It's happened twice now where I've thought something and then, she's coming with the writing to be like, oh, this is why this has happened. This is also the first book that I've read that has had footnotes in it, and I've really appreciated the footnotes myself. Reading it on a Kindle, you can just click them and then it gives you an explanation of where we are in terms of the map, or maybe because there's a lot of elements, there's so many elements to this book in terms of characters and creatures and places. It's quite a big world, and being able to have those reminders while reading it in the electronic format has been super helpful. But yeah, having a good time with it. I got to part 2 of the Iron Crown. Really enjoying it. So charming. It's definitely started to pick up now in terms of the darker elements. I wouldn't say that L.L. McRae is a dark fantasy writer at all. I think the stories are full of hope and there's quite a bit of light, but there is certainly conflict there. So the plot has unraveled to a point where the Mia in this story, which are the bad, have come back after 5 years of peace, basically. So they're trying to figure out what's happening there, and the Iron Crown that they initially thought was going to save them all and bring peace hasn't. The Mia are back, so we've got to do something there. But yeah, that's just a quick update. I don't think there'll be any more updates probably until tomorrow night, even Saturday. I'm working tomorrow on the public holiday for Good Friday, but I'm hoping to get a fair bit of reading done. I was meant to write this week. So I'm on the 11 till 7 shift now. I was meant to get in and write in the mornings. I haven't done that. I've been filming, I've been playing around with different techniques and stuff, and reading, and going to the gym. Because the gym is quiet in the morning and I like that. Rather than going at night when it's like silly buggers everywhere, and like gym bros being just looking at themselves in the mirror. Not a vibe for me. Actually got Rachel there this morning, which was fun. Okay, anyway, I've cracked on for enough. Oh look, dog butt. I will see you in the next clip. Bye. Good morning, everyone. It is Easter Sunday. It is the 9th of April. My car clock has been updated since it got detailed. I had it there as 2015, and it just stayed there because I didn't care. But I now know the time and the day. Isn't that wonderful? Bit of a long vlog. I went to see the Pope's Exorcist last night, so I thought I would give some thoughts by truck. It was both ridiculous and good, and I don't know how to explain it very well, but there were plot elements which were, genuinely horrific and intriguing, where they were talking about this. It was based off a true exorcist from the Vatican, and they were performing exorcisms, but basically it was about this one house. It was sort of like classic B-grade horror haunted house situation with a bigger plot point in there, and the bigger plot point was cool and the rest of it was fucking ridiculous. Sorry, language, family friendly channel. So like parts of it were really good and then parts of it were just awful, and the dialogue was awful and some of the acting was horrific, and there was just, I hate when people try and put humor in a serious horror movie. If you're doing like a satire horror movie where it is a bit of comedic relief, that's one thing, but this felt like it was forcing humor down your throat when it was not a humorous situation at all. Anyway, the plot points that I quite enjoyed were, there was this demon tied to the Spanish Inquisition. The castle that they were in was like on this burial ground from the Spanish Inquisition, and it was exploring horrific things that the church had done in the name of God that were essentially being done by a demon who had infiltrated one of the previous popes in the 15th century. And that was cool. Like, that element was really cool. I liked how they drew it back to the Vatican, and like all these things that the church had done for like 200 years had been pulled from this one demon, and like that was awesome. But yeah, some of the it was set in the 80s and there was just some cringy shit in there, and it was like an experience for me. But I like drama and I like action movies. I like the tone to be consistent the whole way through, and I didn't get that in this movie. Anyway, in terms of reading updates, I finished The Forbidden Realms by H.C. Newell. Had a great time with it. I really would recommend that series. So I do live on a main road. I'm about to go to Sunday church service, ironically, right? But I'm going to go see my nana, see that she's doing all right. And what was I saying? Forbidden Realms. Really had a good time with it. Would highly recommend the series. It is so action heavy. It is so much fun. You go into those books thinking that you're getting a light fantasy, and far out are they dark. But very fast paced, very action heavy. There's a lot to do in each chapter. I will have a full review out for that at some point in the future. And then I got to 20% of the Seeds of War. This is an arc by João F. Silva. That is the Smokesmith book 1. I did read this in the beta. From what I've read so far, not a great deal has changed from the beta read to the arc copy, except some of the prose is tighter. And I think one of the characters so far, I've met the 3 POVs, but one of the characters feels a lot tighter in terms of their personality traits and their character work. So good so far. I actually loved this when I read the beta. Very excited for the world to get this book, and I'm enjoying it on the arc read. So I will have more on that when I do a review, and let's see if we can get João on the channel, because I have read the beta I think about a year ago, and now we're at arc stages for release, which is exciting. All right, that is it from me in this vlog. I hope you enjoyed the update and the content. I think there's a lot of talking in this, but I always think there's a lot of talking. And yeah, if you like the content, give it one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone's smiling. Hi.